Inside our world, only a few places remain as mysterious and isolated as Antarctica. This vast land of ice and snow is larger than Australia by nearly 2 times and extends over 5 million square miles. Unexpectedly, it has no permanent residents. The fiercely icy climate and strict regulations on visitation have discouraged thorough exploration, leaving us to contemplate the mysteries hidden by its frozen landscape. In 1513, an Ottoman admiral and cartographer named Piri Reis crafted a map that defied the norms of its time. A map that wasn't merely a navigational guide, but a portal into a realm of uncharted territories and clandestine knowledge. The map, housed within the walls of the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul, tells a tale that challenges the history we know. As the map resurfaced from the depths of obscurity in 1929, it cast a spell on the world. Not for its mere existence, but for the tantalizing fragments of history it seemed to reveal. Among them, a connection to the lost map of none other than Christopher Columbus, the explorer who changed the course of human understanding. A link that raises questions about the depths of exploration concealed from mainstream narratives. The map painted Antarctica as once a lush and vibrant expanse painted in lush green hues. What's even more striking is the accuracy with which these maps depict South America linked intimately to Antarctica. The notion that a mere 6,000 years ago Antarctica was without its icy cover. Can you imagine? A world where Antarctica's icy shroud melted away, unveiling a landscape as different from today as night from day. In addition to this, it's rather hard to believe the idea that ancient humans could have truly covered every nook and cranny of our planet, even claiming the discovery of those minuscule islands tucked away in the expansive Pacific Ocean, and just completely missing Antarctica when it was connected to South America. Taking all of this into account, it becomes quite a challenge to accept the notion that not a single ancient civilization stumbled upon Antarctica, especially when numerous scientists dismiss such claims. It's like a missing piece in the puzzle, a world where brave adventurers sailed across big oceans and made maps of faraway places, but for some reason, they didn't explore the icy lands of Antarctica. It's a mystery that makes you question if scientists and the government are telling the whole truth. The first initial contact with Antarctica was known as Operation High Jump. It was a United States Navy expedition to Antarctica that took place from 1946 to 1947. It was the largest Antarctic expedition to date and was led by Admiral Richard E. Byrd. The expedition involved several ships, planes, and over 4,000 personnel, and its purpose was to establish an Antarctic research base, train personnel in cold weather operations, and conduct scientific research. The expedition accomplished a number of important tasks, including the construction of the first permanent research base in Antarctica, the establishment of air routes for future resupply missions, and the collection of valuable scientific data. However, the expedition was not without its challenges, and several planes were lost during the mission due to the harsh weather conditions. It is documented that only 4 people lost their lives. However, many believe that the death toll is much higher than that, and that what actually happened in Antarctica was that the United States Navy was attacked. Many theorists speculate that through the travel of the harsh landscape, the brigade was attacked by UFOs which forced the Army to retreat from the area. This attack is now leaked online, where KGB agents were informed by US soldiers present at the attack. These soldiers claimed to be attacked by a hostile force. They reportedly opened fire on these flying crafts, managing to shoot one down before retreating away.
I know what you're thinking. This has gotta be a reach. There is no way this document is true. Well, funny enough, you can find it on Google by just simply searching it up.
Not to mention one of the explorers, Admiral Richard Byrd, after returning from the expedition, talked to the media about how the United States needed a defense mechanism to defend against flying crafts.
Shortly after this, Byrd was put into a mental asylum to never be heard from again. Well, until his journal got released. In this journal, he goes into depth about Operation High Jump and the experiences with unknown crafts.
People speculate that the expedition to Antarctica was an invasion to fight unknown forces, which would explain why they needed so many soldiers just to set up a research base.
So when they failed, the United States did the old reliable. Nukes. Yes, the United States in fact did drop missiles and atomic bombs in Antarctica, but the recordings were lost and disbanded.
While I do believe that this theory is quite a reach, It does a decent job at explaining why the United States was using Antarctica as a bomb site after putting research bases out there, despite never actually releasing any research about the experiment.
Even though Admiral Byrd recorded his experiences in his journal, it's easy to just say that he was crazy. It's still somewhat concerning why the United States needed so many soldiers for a research expedition. This raises so many questions. What exactly was this unknown flying craft, and who was behind this supposed attack? Alien life is the first thing people think of when talking about Antarctica. And who blames them? Despite satellite images of Antarctica, humans have only walked a fraction of its land. I mean, you'd think there would at least be a sign, even through its vast unexplored landscape, right? Well, Google Earth has already shown structures that may have been man-made and looks unnatural. And because we haven't been able to explore these regions to confirm or deny these theories, it's up for interpretation. In my personal opinion, I think most just look like big rocks. But some of these pictures are quite strange and rather convincing. Continuing, there are many Google images of weird things in Antarctica. One picture shows a circle that appears to be around different places in the world, one from Egypt to Antarctica. This one looks like an elephant, maybe a woolly mammoth. Faces carved into rocks, multiple strange mountain shapes, tanks covering a strange area. These are just a few things that people have pointed out on Google Earth. Not to mention the tons of photos that look like crashed UFOs in the snow. People have speculated that these crafts were the ones that attacked the US Navy. This theory is quite frightening. Just the idea that there might be unknown life hiding in the Arctic snow is just straight up scary.
There are a number of conspiracy theories that suggest that the Nazi Party in Germany was involved in various activities in Antarctica during World War II. Some of these theories suggest that the Nazis established a secret base in Antarctica, or that they discovered ancient artifacts or technologies there. Despite multiple sources denying that the Nazi Party made a base in Antarctica, in reality the Nazi Party did send an expedition to Antarctica in 1938 known as the Deutsche Antarktische Expedition. The expedition was led by Captain Alfred Richer, and its purpose was to explore and map the region. The expedition established a base on the continent and conducted scientific research, including meteorological observations and geological surveys. The theory goes that Hitler and the Nazi Party made advanced weaponry for the war, including a new craft that was shaped like a saucer. Although this would explain Byrd's journal logs from a logical standpoint, this theory is very unlikely. If the Nazi Party did in fact make these advanced weaponry, why didn't they use it for the war? The reason why this theory is so popular among theorists is the fact that Adolf Hitler believed in a hollow Earth. Hollow Earth is a concept that there is a whole other world living inside our planet. Mainly the capital is known as Agartha. This is known as the Hollow Earth theory. According to some believers in the Hollow Earth theory, there is an alternate version of history in which the Nazi Party's interest in the concept of a hollow Earth was more than just a belief held by some of its leaders. These proponents claim that the Nazis actually carried out an expedition to Antarctica to search for evidence of a hollow Earth and potentially gain a strategic advantage during World War II.
While there is still some truth to the idea that Nazis were interested in the hollow Earth theory and did send an expedition to Antarctica, it is difficult to separate fact from fiction in this story. Now, I would say the wildest theory I would see on this is that Adolf Hitler and his high-ranking officers actually fled the war on German U-boats and managed to escape to Agartha. Those who believe in this theory believe that Hitler made an alliance with the ruler of Agartha and is still plotting his next move. As captivating as these theories might be, it's worth asking, do any of these truly stand up to the scrutiny? When we take a closer look, it becomes clear that none of these theories hold much practical grounds in today's world. In an era where 21st century technology and historical understandings have illuminated our past, the notion that every government around the globe would conspire to hide the truth about Antarctica seems quite unrealistic. I think it is worth noting though that Antarctica is still mostly undiscovered. The harsh and vast landscape could be hiding ruins of a past civilization. But for now, I think it's safe to say that we will not know anytime soon. Or will we?